Oh. The struggle is real here.
Real.
Gonna need to get some more of that. Day 2 of self-isolatory Snapchat filters.
Which one is you?
You look like a pretty girl, boy.
Stop doing that.
Let's check on our friends out here on the balcony. See what they're up to today. Hello! They can go from this to this. Sitting here editing yesterday's vlog. Katie's doing the vlog, I'm doing the vlog. Home Alone.
Because we're home alone.
I would really love to get in that pool right now. You want to just go sneak in there? What do you think?
Chili!
Bless you. Just heating up a bit of the chili from yesterday. It's basically a naan. They're called roti parathas. Katie's still working. Not much going on. I think maybe we'll go out for a walk here after lunch. When were you planning on getting dressed?
I said right now.
So you might be asking yourself, how in the hell did 2 Americans get quarantined in Kuala Lumpur on the other side of the world? Well, in order to know how we got here, I gotta tell you a little bit of a story.
Well, you see, back in about May 2019, me and my girlfriend Katie, we quit our jobs to travel the world. Our plan was to go for about a year until we went broke. Through the whole summer of 2019, we traveled through Europe. We saw 18 countries over the course of about 4 months, and by the end of it, we were pretty exhausted. We decided to go home over the holidays and spend Christmas and New Year's with our family.
Where are you going, sir?
To the grocery store?
35, come on.
At this point in the story, it's now late December. Me and my girlfriend are back home in the Midwest with our families, trying to plan out the next portion of our trip. We decided that we wanted to start our trip in Ho Chi Minh City and explore Vietnam for 30 days, eventually working our way into Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia, and ending our trip in the Philippines.
Thank you.
You see, one of the things that we've realized over our travels over the past few years is that it's nice to have a balance between pre-planning and also having flexibility. If you plan too much, you might lock yourself down into somewhere that you're not happy with, and if you don't plan enough, you might miss the opportunity to go somewhere that you wanted to because it's already booked or sold out. And so that is why, rather than booking round trip, we decided to book a one-way ticket to Vietnam and then start to do our research from there as to be what was going to be our next country and how we would eventually get home, which led us to the destination of Shanghai, China. We found that we could get 2 one-way tickets from Shanghai back to Chicago for under $600. It was an absolute steal at the time. As we made our way south through Vietnam and eventually into Thailand, the virus got a little bit worse. It made its way into new countries, into Europe, and eventually landing in Washington in the United States. This is when things started to get a little bit scarier for us. This is the first time that the thought actually entered into our heads that this might affect our trip. So eventually, around the time that we crossed the border from Thailand here into Malaysia, the possibility started to turn more into of a realization that we were gonna have to face this thing head on. Countries were starting to close their borders, and the entire country of Italy had all of its people quarantined. We spent our last normal week on the island of Penang in Malaysia, and then made our way south here to Kuala Lumpur. And that's when shit started to get real.
What is that?
So the story goes that there was a religious gathering at an Islamic mosque just outside Kuala Lumpur that had about 14,000 people at it. Long story short, some of those people were sick, and the numbers have surged here in Malaysia as far as the number of infected cases. As a result, the Prime Minister of Malaysia issued what they're calling a travel restriction. From March 18th through the 31st, most businesses are closed. Anything that serves food is doing takeout only. The only thing open as far as business inside is grocery stores. Whew. And that's how we ended up here in this apartment for the next 3 weeks. We had to make a decision whether or not we were going to stay or go, and we decided to stay. We didn't know if leaving was going to put the community and potentially our families at risk if we went home and God forbid had something and gave it to them. Whereas staying here, at least we were guaranteed a kitchen and all these things that we have in our room. For the next 2 weeks, we'll be here. As of March 31st, we haven't decided what we're gonna do. We obviously don't have a plane ticket out of Malaysia. As for now, this is what our future holds. Self-isolating, doing all the things that we can to stay healthy, washing our hands, not taking the things for granted that we have, enjoying each moment because you never know, tomorrow is not guaranteed. Who knows, our home country could end up closing the borders and we could be stuck here for potentially even longer. We're gonna play it day by day. Now, if you'll excuse me, I gotta go get some toilet paper.